Welcome to Pit Pod Podcast. A brand new F1 podcast.
Brought to you by two best mates.
Right, welcome to Pit Pod, a new F1 podcast by two normal fellas. My name's Dan. This is Reece.
Hello, everyone.
The new F1 podcast. So, introduce yourself, Reece.
My name's Reece. I am a Mercedes fan. And yeah, that's about it to kind of say for the introduction.
Yeah, obviously I'm Dan. We're both repping our hats today, so obviously I'm a Ferrari fan, but technically Lewis Hamilton fan. Reece a Mercedes fan. It's technically a Lewis Hamilton fan as well. We won't say
mainly Mercedes though. Mainly
Mercedes.
I want Lewis to do well. I'll give you that. But then I also want, Mercedes to do well too.
We do. So I think the best way to start it is to just get straight into the news, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So this week we've got a lot of news regarding George Russell.
Yeah, we do.
George has been on the edge of our signing the contract. Is he staying? Is he going? Max? Is Max coming? Is Max leaving?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently this weekend, George revealed that he won't sign the contract during the summer break because he's going on holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So it leads me to think, does that mean he's definitely signing the contract, or is he not signing the contract? And is he just waiting until after the summer break till someone gives him a new deal? Is it Red Bull? Has he got someone in his ear?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think we heard Max obviously say that it's going to be staying at Red Bull next year. A lot of rumours and speculations were coming out that Max was going to be going to Mercedes next year. With George Russell's contract being up next year, obviously with Max saying that he's going to be staying at Red Bull next year, is that kind of a bit of a kind of the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a...
To kind of shore it up.
Yeah, kind of being like...
the contract situation a little bit easier.
Yeah, we don't want to kind of, give it away yet. Is it something that Toto told Max to kind of keep it quiet? Because it might put a downer on, George and the team's performance, maybe. But
that's
I
what
think
I'm thinking.
Russell,
I don't think the saga's over.
No, I think Russell, with Russell not signing, during this break, it's a bit like got a lot of people asking questions. I believe, is it does he know that he is going to be going next year because Max is coming, or is it that he just wants to enjoy his holiday and doesn't really want to be, with the stress of getting that all sorted out?
I think us F1 fans do make a lot of business out of the fact that it probably just means he's going on holiday, but we don't get transfer markets and we don't get rumours like they do in football and stuff like that. So I think these type of breaks are the bit where the rumour mill starts flying. You get stupid things coming out, don't you? But I don't know. I'm not really sure. I believe genuinely. I think that Max might be with Red Bull next year, but I think that he'll wait until the year after to move, and I think that's what Toto's getting at. That's what I think anyway. I think Max is banking on the fact that Mercedes will have a really fast car next year. If he knows something, and I think that he wants to go there with Toto, but he's waiting to make sure the car is good enough. Which puts George in a bit of an awkward position.
Yeah, absolutely. But we see in we on the weekend, he got third. So it could be one thing where Toto's thinking, Do we keep George? He's performing. He's performing well. Yeah, he's behind Max in the championship at the moment. But I think that could change if Red Bull don't step up the game with the car. Max is, a lot of Mercedes fans will go, "Oh, I hate Max Verstappen," right? You know, with Max, he is such a great driver, and I think everyone's got to say that he is such a great driver. But obviously, with this season at the moment, yeah, he hasn't got the best of the car, but he's still doing his best, and he's still getting up there and battling. But the McLarens are just unbelievable.
Rocket
There's no
ships,
one getting anywhere.
actual rocket ships.
Yeah, they're not getting anywhere close to the to the McLarens. But it's going to be an interesting one. Throughout the season, we've got a nice summer break.
It's not
Let
nice
the
what we
drivers
do for
relax.
3 weeks.
I know, yeah, I know, but it's good for the drivers, to relax and
No,
kind of,
I do agree.
maybe sit down with teams and kind of go through what's happened recently with all the upcoming races. I know the McLarens don't really need to worry about that, but I think Mercedes and Ferrari and Red Bull, well, all of the teams actually need to figure out how they're going to get anywhere near these
how to close
McLarens,
that
but
gap.
I can't see anyone getting anywhere near them.
It's funny, all the teams will probably be trying to figure out how to get closer to McLaren, and McLaren are doing a bit of tyre testing. So they're clearly not more than all the, you know what I mean? They've got a bit of tyre testing on.
No,
I think they got tyre testing today. It was Tuesday, 5th. And then I think they're going on holiday. But like you said, I don't think I don't think they've got too much to worry about.
No.
However, you
They're
did make a
sitting
point
comfortably.
before, and this does lead on, to be fair, of teams sitting down with drivers and stuff like that. And I thought it linked in quite well to the Lewis situation at the minute. I think Lewis probably does need to sit down with the team over the next couple of weeks and really get his head. I don't know if it's his head, it's the team's head, or what it is, but I think something does need to happen there. And I know there's a lot of talk, isn't there, about Lewis retiring early. That's that's our second big point of the week in our topics. And I just think Lewis needs to take this time to settle. I think he needs to speak to the team. I think he needs to get used to the. I know he's been there for 6 months now, 7 months driving, but I just think this 3 week break in the middle after being racing with them, I think could be really handy for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. With the Lewis situation, seeing that interview, it hurt. Like, it really did.
The useless one, it was horrendous.
Yeah. You can tell, like, by his body language and like his face expression, that he really meant it. And a lot of people are asking, oh, is he going to retire? Is this one thing that's going to happen? And in my opinion, I don't think it will happen. I don't think it'll happen this early on. But like we said before, during this summer break, it's going to be, I think it'll be good for Lewis. He can, have a couple of days off. Go and rest. Go and spend some time with family. Sit down with the team, and go up with a game plan and get it all sorted out. I seen a rumor, and I don't know how true this is. I don't know if it was a rumor. I can't remember where I seen it, but Toto Wolff was invited by Ferrari to come and speak to Lewis.
That's not a rumor. That's real.
So he went to go and speak to Lewis to give him a pep talk, which is really good, and I think that will help Lewis. Him and Toto have been, working together for, how many years?
Yeah.
Right. So I think that will help Lewis. Lewis is coming to a Ferrari, this season, brand new environment, and I think it's hard for him. I think it is hard for him at the moment. He's used to being at Mercedes. It's a whole different team. It's a whole different way how they work. So I think what he just needs to do now is he just needs to have a rest, get his head up high, and just dig in.
Well,
That's all they
everything's new,
need.
isn't it? You know, he's got it's a new car, it's a new way of driving, it's a new team, it's a
Hmm.
new team principal, it's a new race engineer. You know, that's the main point at the minute. The big talking point is Lewis happy with Ricky, his race engineer? Is he Ricky Adami? Is he happy with him? I don't,
Hmm.
because by the messages that go on that team
Yeah.
radio, it doesn't sound like they're particularly happy with each other. But you do look
No.
back, and I know I've been seeing a lot on TikTok about the way Ricky was with Carlos, and everyone
Yeah.
says he got on with Carlos, but I think he was very similar. And I know Carlos was quite good for Ferrari, but you look how it ended up in the end. You know, they replaced him for probably the greatest driver ever, but they still
Hmm.
replaced him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot of talk, isn't there? You know, you talked about his useless interview, which, like you say, did hurt as
Hmm.
well. But there was also an interview at the end of the interview after the race, not after qualifying. There was a comment he made at the end where it was something like, "There's a lot going on behind the scenes," or it was something like along them
Hmm.
lines, and it just makes you think, what is it? Like, is it Ricky? Is it the whole team? Is it
Yeah.
because a lot of people have been rumoring that the car is near the plank at the bottom of the car. A lot of
Hmm.
people have been saying that it's illegal, and that's why obviously
Yeah.
lap 8 last weekend, Lewis got told to lift and coast. I think it was lap 8. That's
Hmm.
not right. That, and then obviously you see the.
No.
I'm assuming you're seeing the messages on the radio with Charles, and it was, why did no one listen to me? You're making the mistakes. Why didn't you listen to me? We'd have won this race if you listened to
Yeah.
me. You've all made the
Hmm.
mistakes again, and like I said, there's definitely something going on behind the scenes at Ferrari, but it'd be
Yeah.
interesting when it all comes out to find out what it is. But will it ever come out?
Yeah.
Like we said before,
Yeah.
it's like the transfer market all over again. It's all rumor mill.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. One of the big things also that Ferrari's big for is strategy. It's like
They're a
what is
meme.
going on with
They are. I
this?
mean, let's be honest. They
Like
are a
what
walking
the
meme
yeah, like what what it is. It's like that meme photo when they're all at the
with the
in the pit
clowns.
lane with with the clown faces. It is just them. Unfortunately, like um you know it, I've always said to myself, you know, even when Sainz was there, they've got two great drivers, Charles Leclerc and Sainz. They know race winners. They know how to race. They're good drivers, but they just screw them. They just screw them. It's like, oh, Plan G. What's Plan G?
Yeah, I remember
Plan
the.
G.
I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if you remember the viral
come,
video that
come
was
and
going around about it was going all the way to Plan Z, and it was like a little
yeah,
meme
yeah.
of Carlos running down all the way down the
Mm.
all the way down the track. It is true though, isn't it? You know, they left Lewis out there
Yeah.
on Sunday on
Mm.
on a hard tire, and then decided,
Yeah.
even though they had a brand new, in my opinion, and I heard it on Sky as well, Bernie, that they said they had a brand new set of softs. So why did they not just leave them out until
Yeah.
they could use the softs instead of the mediums and
Hmm.
just go for it? It's a different
Yeah.
strategy, you know. You can't put him on the
Hmm.
one stop and then just go, oh, we'll put you at the same time as everyone else. Then he was only 3 or 4 laps later than the actual one stop runners. I just think,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, who's making these decisions?
Hmm.
Is it Lewis? But clearly not, is it? But someone's making these decisions and they're not right, are they? You know what I mean?
No. Um. Just another one. Just about Lewis. Um. How would you think he would be doing now, right? If he had Bono as his engineer.
I think it'd be completely different.
Mm.
The thing is, though,
I
if he
think
had
so
Bono as
myself.
his engineer, does that mean he'd also have the race strategy of Mercedes, which is also pretty decent? He hasn't got the race strategy of Ferrari behind him, so hypothetically much better because he
Yeah.
wouldn't be at Ferrari. But
It's a good like what if, isn't it?
no, I agree.
It's
I think
you
I don't
know
think he was ever going to go, was he, Bono? I think he's committed to Mercedes, but if anyone was to sway him over, it would have been Bono. It would have been Lewis. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you do think, what if? Because that just changed everything, doesn't it? He brought Angela back as
Yeah, yeah, he did.
PA.
Yeah.
So you do think, what, like you say, what if? Would it have changed everything?
Yeah. Just before obviously we move on, I believe there was something, when his move was happening, there was something that came out that he did try and get Bono to come with him,
Yeah, 100%
but
would, but
apparently Ferrari said no. So
see, well, that
that's
links
another
into the
one.
unknown again. It's always unknown with
Hmm.
Ferrari, isn't it? We don't want to
Yeah.
slate them too much, but it does always seem to be, what the freaking hell's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Why is this
Hmm.
happening? Why is that
Yeah.
happening? And it
Hmm.
sounds terrible to say, but like they are the meme of the F1 world at the minute, especially
Yeah.
with,
Hmm.
like you say, the strategy calls and what is going on behind the scenes, and especially Lewis and
Hmm.
Charles are so many me. The guy with there's the happy bus and the sad bus, and it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like the sunny side and the mountain, like a horrible dirty mountains. It's
Hmm.
just Lewis and Charles sat on the bus, looking at the same
Yeah.
side of the horrible,
Hmm.
depressing mountains, and
Hmm.
I think that's what
Yeah.
it's coming to. But I don't know. I'm not really sure on what to think about it. But obviously, like you
Hmm.
say, I do feel sorry for Lewis.
Oh yeah, 100%.
On a brighter note, then we'll move on from the scenes at
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Yeah.
It changes week by week. I'm going to ask you,
Hmm.
who's winning the championship?
You know what? Piastri.
You're backing
Piastri for
Oscar.
me. Yeah, I'm backing Oscar, 100%. It's still very close. When we talked, with our conversation, the first conversation that we had, about, George and Max,
Yeah,
but those McLarens, um, these McLarens, man,
it's rocket
I don't
ships.
even know. It literally, you know, they are, I believe, 9 points, I think, between them, if I'm correct. Yeah, nine
Yeah, I
points.
think it's 9 points. Yeah,
I'm just looking at the standings in front of me here. Piastri on 284 and Lando's on 275, and you got Max behind them with 187.
yeah. I
Um,
think it's a clear cut
it's
race, isn't it? There.
yeah, yeah. I think the only way that Max or George or anyone from the grid is gonna catch up to them is if both of those drivers get DNFs each race. That's the only
It's
way.
probably
Or
still mathematically not possible.
yeah, yeah.
Obviously it is, but I
But
think I think you're not going to get a DNF every race. I think for the likes of Max, he's got to hope that they just keep wiping each other out.
yeah, yeah.
Just do a Lando Norris in
Um,
Canada and just keep smashing into the back of the teammates.
yeah. I think a lot of people are enjoying this season though, because obviously it's a close championship battle, and also it's not Max dominating.
Okay, it's different, isn't it?
Um, yeah. So it's different. We're used to seeing Max just absolutely dominate the competition. The past couple of seasons, but there's new blood now. There is new blood.
It is very exciting.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I am backing Oscar. What about you? Who are you backing?
Oh, I don't know. My fiance would be very sad if I didn't say Lando Norris. Huge Lando Norris fan. Shout out to Kate.
Yeah.
But I think I've just got to go with Oscar from what I've seen. However, what I will say is, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, we did record another podcast and I did make the mistake. We have discussed this before. But I have said previously that after going to Silverstone this year and seeing the race, and then obviously we've had two races since then. Piastri won one and Norris has won one. Am I correct in saying that? Yeah, Piastri won Spa and then
Yeah.
Lando won Hungary. Watching the races, I have a sneaky feeling that Lando just might pip him. And now I know a lot of
Really?
people talk about the favouring strategy of McLaren, but towards Norris. But I do sometimes think that it comes from Lando, and I think Oscar's he's a very good driver, and but I think he probably is the better out of the two. I think, especially under pressure and things like that. But I think in terms of strategy calls and maybe thinking about the race further ahead, I think Lando might pip him in that, and I think that's why on Sunday you're seeing the. I know he was behind him, so he had to do something different. But Lando could have just followed Oscar into the pits. Both were
Yeah.
on the same strategy. Both finished 1-2, and Lando said, "No, no, leave me out. I'm confident that I can do this one stop, and I'll keep him behind." Even when he had, what was it? It was something stupid like was it 14 lap older tyres Lando had at a circuit like Hungary,
Yeah.
and he still managed to keep him behind for I think it was 5 laps of terror at the end, wasn't
Mhm.
it, for Lando? At what point will
Oh
Oscar
yeah, it
overtake
was.
me?
Yeah,
But
that
that's
was.
why I think I'm going to back Lando for a bit. Like I said, I think
Mhm.
it might swap towards the end of the season, but
Yeah, I
that's the fun
think.
thing.
Yeah, I think what it will be is if obviously there's 9 points between both of them. Um, week in and week out, it's just going to be back and forth between them two. It will be like
100%.
Piastri wins one race, Norris, Piastri, maybe then back to back, maybe for Piastri or
Yeah.
Norris. But it is going to be either one of them. It is going to be either one of them. I know a lot of people are going to say to me, oh, how are you going to back, Piastri? You're English. You should be backing Lando. He's English. I just believe that Piastri is going to win it.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think it's
not
a bias.
nothing
There
to do
shouldn't be a
with,
biased opinion, should it? It's the opinion that you carry of the
yeah,
drivers. It's not a
yeah,
preference that you say. You might prefer Lando to win it, but you think Oscar will. I think
yeah, definitely.
that's a fair point to make.
It's like, yeah. It's like me saying like, oh yeah, I think Fernando Alonso is going to win because he's my favorite driver. But I'm not saying that. It's it's not going
Yeah,
to
I know what
happen.
you mean. I know what you mean.
He's in 11th at the moment. Poor Fernando.
The
But
unluckiest
no,
driver in the world, as he says.
yeah, he hasn't. Yeah. Um, we'll speak about him on another episode. But yeah, I think this championship battle is a very very interesting one. I kind of feel like it's quite similar. Now, obviously, say if I'm kind of optimistic here, but I kind of feel like it is kind of the Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton
Oh, the
championship battle.
2021 season. Nothing will ever beat that.
Yeah, no, nothing will ever beat that. But it is kind of given that those
It's given
vibes.
the building vibes. I agree. So
Yes,
we
but
come to this
it's
summer
not
break,
it's
and
not going to
everyone
be.
it's very kind, and I know Lewis and Max had the problem probably before the summer break because they had the issue with cops, and I think that's when it all kicked off. When Lewis
Oh
tried
yeah,
to go down the
yeah. It
inside of
was
Max, and Max
yeah,
went flying off. But
yeah,
I know what you mean. It's got
yeah,
the vibes of let's be civil with each other now, and then after the summer break, it's if I'm going to run you off the track if you're going to come anywhere near me.
yeah.
And I think you're right. I think it might get
Yeah.
to them sort of. I'm gonna use the word vibes, but I'm gonna them sort of situations where you've seen at the weekend. I was literally going to come on to this, so it's actually quite handy. It fits in with our papaya rules section that we're going to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, is is it going to work papaya rules? Because like you said at the
Mhm.
weekend, you got the Lewis and Max vibes. Will it just blow up? Because Oscar sticks it down the inside at the weekend and has to slam on the brakes and
Yeah.
essentially ruins his whole race at the end. Because
Mhm.
if he didn't go for the move, he'd probably been able to catch you on the last lap. Because that was the lap before the last one, so it was the 69th.
Mhm.
I think I get it. I completely get it. The papaya rules just I don't
Yeah.
think eventually will work. You're gonna get Lewis and
Mhm.
Max. I know it's for two different teams, but you're gonna get them situations throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Mhm.
eventually,
Yeah.
Oscar
But
won't lock up, and he will just plow into the side of Lando Norris because he'll have to make the move.
yeah, yeah. The thing is like with 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 the papaya rules that they have, set. It's one of those things where it's you can race each other,
Yeah.
right? You can race each other as much as you want to race each other, right? Be aggressive, be whatever, but you've got to keep it clean.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think what's going to happen is that at some point in one of the weekends, it'll either be Piastri or Norris chasing each other, and it'll come up to a corner, and one of them will be like, right, this is my corner now, and I'm
Exactly.
overtaking you,
I
and then all it
understand.
takes then, is either a clip of a back wheel, front wheel, or a front wing, or anything, right? For them to then one of them is either out of the race or both of them,
Yeah.
right? That's all it takes. So I think what McLaren need to kind of need to focus on. I know they understand where we can't pick one driver, we can't do that. We just can't. If Lando's in front of Piastri, we can't just say, right, Piastri, stay back, try and defend the position of second, or try and
The
defend
thing is,
Norris
though,
if
I
there's
know you
anyone
say
behind
that.
him.
That's happened over the years. I'm a Lewis
Well,
fan,
yeah,
and we had the Valtteri situation. Valtteri is James. Do you remember that's the meme now, isn't it?
yeah,
Valtteri, it's
yeah,
James.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you had all them situations where drivers were told to stay
Mm-hmm.
behind, but it is refreshing, like you say, and them two aren't going to stand for you stay behind him. You seen
Yeah,
it in Hungary last year, and that wasn't
yeah,
even when
yeah.
they were both fighting for a championship.
No, no, exactly. Yeah, I think what it is that like you said, eventually at some point on one of the weekends, one of them's going to be a bit too much, like too aggressive, and I think they're going to hit the corner or they're just going to hit each other,
Something's going to
um,
happen.
and it's just going to, yeah, something will happen. But like you said with the Max and Lewis thing, as soon as the incident at Silverstone happened, from there it was just right. We don't
Domino
care.
effect
We're just
started.
going to try and kill each other.
Yeah,
We're literally just going to kill each other now. Literally,
that's what it got to,
we don't
wasn't it?
even
It got
care.
to the point where it was really, really
Yeah,
dangerous.
yeah. It was just literally both of them were just dive bombing each other, and it
Yeah.
was just who's got the biggest balls out of both of them. That was what it is. If they were side by side, coming up to the corner, it was like who's got the biggest set of balls before braking.
No, I
That's
agree.
it. And it was mainly Max was just going through the corner. He was
I
not
know.
bothered. He wasn't bothered. Look at that incident where Verstappen managed to get his car on top of
In Monza,
Lewis. Look at, yeah,
insane
look at that
moment.
situation. Yeah, that could happen with them with the McLarens. You never know.
I know. Well, let's hope not. Otherwise,
Well, let's hope not.
we'll be him. I mean, for our sake, we'll have a lot of talking points, but for
I'll have a lot of talking points.
For
Yes,
Lando and
yes.
Oscar's sake, I hope not.
Oh no.
We'll keep this episode pretty short because it's our
Yep.
first one. We hope you get a taste of how we are as people, and I'm sure we'll get better at it. But to finish off, because we haven't got any race predictions this week, Reece has got an F1 quiz prepared for us, so you can play along at home.
Yes.
I'm going to be answering the questions this week. Unfortunately, I might get exposed here, but yeah, make sure you play along in the comments or whatever. But yeah, go ahead, Reece.
All right. So there's 6 questions. Let me
Six
just double check.
questions.
Make
Yeah.
sure they are 6 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So we got 6. So the first one: which country hosted the first F1 race?
I think it's got to be England, Britain.
No,
Am I wrong?
it is Italy.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yep, Italy. So question number 2: how many points are awarded to the winner of a race?
Well, it used to be different, but now it's 25.
Yes, 25.
1 out
Correct.
of 2, I'll take that.
So, third question: which team holds the record for the most constructors' championships?
Don't know if I'm overthinking this. I've got 2 in mind, but I think surely it's got to be Ferrari.
It is Ferrari.
Yeah, that's me,
Yep,
Ferrari.
it is Ferrari. Okay. Question number 4: what does the term undercut refer to in a race strategy?
So the undercut is when, you're maybe two seconds behind the other person, and you're looking for a new strategy. You get Ricky, for Lewis's sake, coming over the radio. What do you think we should do? And Lewis says, right, we should undercut him, and it means that you come in before the person in front
Yeah,
to the pits
yeah.
as a strategy to
So
try and
pitting earlier.
overtake them on the
Yeah,
exit of the pits when they come in.
yeah. So pitting earlier than rivals to gain position when they pit.
Yep,
That's what it
I
is.
think I went a long way around that, but it's definitely right.
All right. So question number 5. Which driver completed every lap in the 2024 season?
2024 season.
Yeah. So that was last season.
I know. I think that's even worse for me. I think I'd prefer you to ask me about 2012.
So which driver completed every lap
Every
last
lap.
season? Every lap. So every race at every lap.
I think it's either one of the McLaren boys.
Right.
I have a weird feeling that it's Oscar.
Nope. Do you want to have? You can have another guess. Go on. I'll let you have another guess.
By the other guess, does that mean it's the other McLaren car?
You can. Is that your answer?
my,
The other
other, my,
McLaren
other,
car?
my other answer is Lando Norris.
No.
Okay.
It's Max Verstappen.
Was it?
Yeah, Max
Oh wow, I
Verstappen.
didn't know that. Fair play. Well done to Max.
Yeah. So, last question, number 6. Which dog breed did Toto Wolff compare Christian Horner to?
Dog breed. Is this a Drive to Survive question? Is this what we're going to get here?
Yeah.
Have I got to be up on my Drive to Survive knowledge?
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for the next one to come out.
No, we should be really good next year. Toto doesn't like Christian. That's why I'm thinking into this.
Yeah, they're not
It's
the
got to be
best of
something
friends,
like a
are they?
Chihuahua or something like that, or not a very nice dog breed.
It's a Great Dane.
A Great Dane.
Yeah, he called him a Great Dane.
Oh God, I never got that. So what's that? 3 out of 6.
Yep. Let me have a look. So, you didn't get the first one right. You got the second one right. There's one.
The third
Ferrari.
one and the fourth one.
The third one, and
I think they were quite good questions. To be fair, Reece. You put
2, 3. Yep. So you got 3 out of 6.
you
Not
put me
bad.
under pressure, but I think three of them, the 3 were pretty hard to answer.
Yeah.
The last
they
question
were.
was definitely a Drive to Survive question.
I thought you would have got the Max Verstappen one, like. Thought you would have got that one because he did dominate last season.
He did dominate. Well, he didn't, did he? In the second half,
But the second half, no.
he
But
dominated the first half, and he really struggled in the second half, didn't he? Because what did we have? Something like 8 different race winners or 7 different race winners.
yeah, because
Something
we
like
had
that, wasn't it?
yeah, because we had. I think Lewis did Lewis win back
Lewis
to
won
back
2, yeah.
after because Lewis won Silverstone, didn't he? Was it the
Yeah,
race after that he won,
you
or
got
was
the
it
one that George got
or was it
disqualified for.
that Belgium?
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes, I think
Austria.
it was Belgium. No, was it Austria?
I think it was Austria. It was either Austria or
I
Belgium.
think it was.
It was one of the 2.
It was one of them. I knew he had like
Yeah, he got the
one of the
DSQ
races.
win, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
no, I don't know.
No.
I feel like
I
I
knew
feel
about
like I need to go and
Silverstone
do
one.
my homework before the next quiz.
Yeah, I know. I knew he won the Silverstone last year because we were there.
We were there, mate. That day will never be beaten. Ever,
Yeah.
ever, ever.
No, that was amazing. That was great. That was just the weekend in general was amazing. Yeah. Such a good weekend.
Right.
But yeah,
we think that's it. If you enjoyed,
yeah.
please comment below. And Reece is going to go and set up a way for you all to join the PitPod Discord. So that
yeah,
you just want to put your topics in, your general chat, your news, anything like that, and then hopefully you can actually listen to us live when we record the podcast. If anyone wants to do that, so
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Pit Pod. Remember the name.